Shalom, Gasharana.
Shabbat Shalom.
Our praise for Most High. Shamash Dawashai, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Thanks for Most High again for bringing us together on this Shabbat day, a holy convocation as per the commandments of the Most High, where He ordained us through all generations to observe this day as a covenant between us and Him. And we made with our forefathers, which we should adhere to and obey in these last days. Shamash Dawashai. Let's go to Colossians 3, verse 17.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3, and verse 17. And whatsoever ye do, in word or in deed, do all in the name of Mashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to Yahweh and the Father by Him.
Right, whatever you do in word or deed, always do it in accordance to the Most High and Yahushua's word, the commandments of the Most High, giving thanks continually through them. Can we get this going on the screen? I'm going to design that. Okay, we're going to continue in the book of Joshua. As we know, Joshua is a prophet, a servant of the Most High who succeeded Moses. You know, Moses was the main prophet, a servant that the Most High used to deliver the Israelites from under the bondage that we were in under Pharaoh. But Moses did not make it into the promised land, and so the Most High passed on the responsibility to Joshua, who was the leader of the host, and was given the responsibility to cross over the River Jordan from the eastern side of River Jordan to occupy the land, which most of the land was on the western side of the River Jordan, except for certain territories that was given to Gad, Reuben, and the half tribe of Manasseh. So, right now, for the most part, we conquered Joshua and the army. The Most High had him conquer quite a few of our enemies that was occupying different territories of the land that the Most High promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But there were still other territories that were not yet conquered. Okay, so Joshua did, it was a process. It was a process. It wasn't just a snap decision where the Most High just, bam, other nation just eradicated and they would occupy the land. It was a process whereby the Most High said, go ahead. You don't have to fight for this land, but I'm going to be with you. And the Most High was with us. And the Most High delivered all our enemies to us. So we're going to continue now with the works of Joshua in his effort as per the Most High to rid the various territories in the vicinity of the land the Most High promised to Israel, land of Canaan, and other lands round about. So we're going to go to Joshua chapter 20, verse 1.
Joshua 20 and 1. The Lord also spake unto Joshua, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, Appoint out for you cities of refuge, wherefore I speak unto you by the hand of Moses.
Right, so the Most High is reiterating to Joshua to appoint unto him, cities of refuge. Cities of refuge are land or cities within a country where if a person inadvertently or accidentally kills someone, they could seek refuge in those. They could seek, refuge or safety from the avenger, from a relative who doesn't care if it was an accident or not. He doesn't. Hey, our loved one is gone by your hand, so we want blood. And the Most High understand the emotion of man. That they weren't considering whether it was an accident or not. They just want blood. So in wisdom now, the Most High said, you know what? I understand that these things will happen. And I understand the emotion or state of mind that the relative or loved one of the deceased may have. So, in order to to avoid vengeance being taken inappropriately, I'm going to appoint certain cities where they can run and hide and get protection from the elders of the city until the avengers of blood calm down, come to their senses, and realize it was an accident. Okay? Read on.
Verse 3. That the slayer that killeth any person unawares and unwittingly may flee thither.
Right. That the slayer that killed anyone unawares, he wasn't aware of it. And unwittingly, you know what? It wasn't a conspiracy. It wasn't premeditated. Unintentionally. Yeah. Right. Read.
And they shall be your refuge from the avenger of blood.
Mm-hmm.
And when he that doeth flee unto one of those cities shall stand at the entering of the gate of the city, and shall declare his cause in the ears of the elders of the city, they shall take him into the city unto them, and give him a place that he may dwell among them.
Right. So the person who unwittingly or unawarely committed this offense, they would flee to these cities and stand at the entrance of the gate of the city and explain to the elders what happened. And the elders, would make inquiry to confirm that, the account that the person was being truthful, and then they would take them in and appoint them a place where they could, with a place of safety, where they would be go out of harm's way. Read.
Verse 5. And if the avenger of blood pursue after him, then they shall not deliver the slayer up into his hand, because he smote his neighbor unwittingly and hated him not.
Right. So the avenger of blood would pursue after them. The elders were not going to turn on the killer, the person who killed the slayer, up to the avenger, because it was done accidentally, and he didn't have any malice or grudge against the person who got killed. Right?
And he shall dwell in that city until he stand before the congregation for judgment, and until the death of the high priest that shall be in those days.
Right, and he shall dwell in that city until he stand before the congregation for judgment. So, see that? There's going to be a judgment anyway. There's going to be an inquiry, a diligent inquiry. Initially they will take his word for it, but they're going to do an inquiry to see if he's being truthful and see if it was an intentional murder or an accident. And until the death of the high priest that shall be in those days. Read.
Then shall the slayer return and come unto his own city and into his own house unto the city from whence he fled.
Right. So when they have the judgment and the spawn of that end, it wasn't done intentionally. It was an accident. Then the slayer will be returned to his original city, from where he fled from. Read on.
Verse 7. And they appointed Kadesh and Galilee in Mount Naphtali, and Shechem in Mount Ephraim, and Kirjath Arba, which is Hebron, in the mountain of Judah, and on the other side of Jordan by Jericho eastward. They assigned Bezer in the wilderness upon the plain out of the tribe of Reuben, and Ramoth in Galilee out of the tribe of Gad, and Golan in Bashan out of the tribe of Manasseh.
Right, so these are the cities that the Most High designated as cities of refuge in various parts of the land of Israel, on both sides of River Jordan, on the west side and on the eastern side. the eastern side is where Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh dwelt. And the western side is where all the other 10, the 12 tribes dwelt. Right?
Verse 9. These were the cities appointed for all the children of Israel, and for the stranger that sojourned among them, that whosoever killeth any person at unawares might flee thither, and not die by the hand of the avenger of blood, until he stood before the congregation.
Right. So these cities was just to accommodate the slayer temporarily until the slayer would come to before the congregation stand a trial, where based on the evidence gathered to see whether or not it was an accident or it was done intentionally. Read chapter 21.
Chapter 21. Then came near the heads of the fathers of the Levites unto Eleazar the priest, and unto Joshua the son of Nun, and unto the heads of the fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel.
Right, then came near the heads of the fathers of the Levites unto Eleazar the priest, and unto Joshua the son of Nun, and unto the heads of the fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel. Okay, so the chief leaders of Levi was now approaching Joshua, approaching the high priest Eleazar. Joshua was the leader of the army, and also the heads of the fathers of the tribe of children of Israel, and the elders. Let's see what the cause was that the heads of Levi were approaching these men. Read.
And they spake unto them at Shiloh in the land of Canaan, saying, The Lord commanded by the hand of Moses to give us the cities to dwell in, with the suburbs thereof for our cattle. And the children of Israel gave unto the Levites out of their inheritance, at the commandment of the Lord, these cities and their suburbs. And the lot came out of the families of the Kohathites, and the children of Aaron the priest, which were the Levites, and had lot out of the tribe of Judah, and out of the tribe of Simeon, and out of the tribe of Benjamin, 13 cities. And the rest of the children of Kohath had a lot out of the families of the tribe of Ephraim, and out of the tribe of Dan, and out of the half tribe of Manasseh, 10 cities. And the children of Gershon had by lot out of the families of the tribe of Issachar, and out of the tribe of Asher, and out of the tribe of Naphtali, and out of the half tribe of Manasseh and Bashan, 13 cities. The children of Mahari by their families had out of the tribe of Reuben, and out of the tribe of Gad, and out of the tribe of Zebulun, 12 cities. And the children of Israel gave by lot unto the Levites these cities with their suburbs, as the Lord commanded by the hand of Moses.
Right. So the Levites were managing Moses. The Levites were what he basically was telling Joshua, giving Joshua an account of the various cities that were given to the Levites by these various tribes. The certain tribes, collectively given 10 cities, 13 cities, so on and so on. And so they were telling Joshua and the Levites and the elders, the various cities and suburbs that were given to the Levites by the various tribes, because that was the commandment that the Moses gave to Moses, that cities, all the 12 tribes were supposed to give land in the cities and suburbs to Levi, because Levi wasn't given any land, because their duty was to do the ceremonies of the priesthood, and how they would so-called eat. Their portion was what the various tribes were supposed to give them in their respective territories. Because the Levites Your job was to what? Teach the laws, commandments of the Most High. So they had to be physically situated in the territories of the 12 tribes, to be amongst them, and to teach them the laws, statutes, and commandments for the Most High. All that to get me Psalm 78 and 5. And those laws, statutes, and commandments were supposed to be taught from generation to generation. So that's how, let's say, the hierarchy or the infrastructure that the Most High set up. And the Levites posted in all the territories of the 12 tribes, teaching the laws, and of course, the families of these respective 12 tribes were to pass on that knowledge to their family members and to their children and their children's children throughout generations. So you were intended to be a royal priesthood. I mean, a righteous kingdom, perpetually. You know, Psalm 78 and 5.
Psalms 78 and 5. For he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel,
Right.
which he commanded our fathers, that they should make them known to their children, that the generation to come might know them, even the children which should be born, who should arise and declare them to their children, that they might set their hope in the Most High, not forget the works of Yahweh, but keep his commandments, and might not be as their fathers, a stubborn and rebellious generation.
Right. That was the intention of the Most High. That information of the laws, statutes, and commandments, which the Levites were commissioned to teach the Israelites in their respective territories, would be passed down from generation to generation in the land of Israel, so that the ones of our people who made it into the wilderness would not be like the stubborn, rebellious ones who died in the wilderness because of their transgressions. Okay, go back to Joshua.
Verse 9. And they gave out of the tribe of the children of Judah and out of the tribe of the children of Simeon these cities which are here mentioned by name, which the children of Aaron, being of the families of the Kohathites, who were the children of Levi, had theirs was first lot. And they gave them the city of Arba, the father of Anak, which city is Hebron, in the hill country of Judah, with the suburbs thereof round about it. Verse 12. But the fields of the city and the villages thereof gave Pune for his possession.
Right. So they gave they gave the territories which previously belonged to the Arba, the father of Anak. You know that we're talking about the so-called giants of the land. And the Most High was taking all those giants. And certain portion of those the land was given to the Levi from Judah. A certain portion of the land was also given to Caleb. Read.
Verse 13. Thus they gave to the children of Aaron and the priests Hebron with their suburbs, to be a city of refuge for the slayer, and Lebanon with her suburbs, and Jeter with her suburbs, and Eshtoma with her suburbs, and Holon with her suburbs, and Debir with her suburbs, and An with her suburbs, and Juttah with her suburbs, and Beth Shemesh with her suburbs, 9 cities out of those 2 tribes. And out of the tribe of Benjamin, Gibeon with her suburbs, Geba with her suburbs, Anak Anathoth
Tough. Yeah.
with her suburbs, and Alman with her suburbs, 4 cities, all the cities of the children of Aaron, the priest, which 13 cities with their suburbs. And the families of the children of Kohath, the Levites, which remained in the children of Kohath, even they had the cities of their lot out of the tribe of Ephraim. For they gave them Shechem with her suburbs in the mountains, Ephraim, to be a city of refuge for the slayer, and Gezer with her suburbs, and Kibzam with her suburbs, and Beth Haran with her suburbs, 4 cities, out of the tribe of Dan. El Tekeh with her suburbs, Gibbethon with her suburbs, Aijalon with her suburbs, Gath Rimmon with her suburbs, 4 cities, and out of the half tribe of Manasseh, Tanakh with her suburbs, and Gath Rimmon with her suburbs, 2 cities. All the cities were 10 with their suburbs for the families of the children of Kohath that remained. Verse 27. And out of the children of Gershon, of the families of the Levites, out of the other half tribe of Manasseh, they gave Golan in Bashan with her suburbs to be a city of refuge for the slayer, and
Beeshterah
with her suburbs, 2 cities. And out of the tribe of Issachar, Kishon with her suburbs, Dabera with her suburbs, Jarmuth with her suburbs, and Gananim with her suburbs, 4 cities. And out of the tribe of Asher, Mishal with her suburbs, Aban with her suburbs. Verse 31. Helkath with her suburbs, Rehob with her suburbs, 4 cities. And out of the tribe of Naphtali, Kadesh and Galilee with her suburbs, to be a city of refuge for the slayer, and Hamath Dor with her suburbs, and Kartan with her suburbs, 3 cities. All the cities of the Gershonites, according to their families, were 13 cities with their suburbs. Verse 34. And unto the families of the children of Merari and the rest of the Levites out of the tribe of Zebulun, Jokneam with her suburbs, and Karta with her suburbs, Dimnah with her suburbs, Nahalal with her suburbs, 4 cities. And out of the tribe of Reuben, Bezer with her suburbs, and Ja'azah with her suburbs. Verse 37. Kiddamoth with her suburbs, and Meph-al with her suburbs, 4 cities. And out of the tribe of Gad, Ramoth in Gilead with her suburbs, to be a city of refuge for the slayer, and Mahanaim with her suburbs, Heshbon with her suburbs, Gesher with her suburbs, 4 cities in all. So all the cities for the children of Merari by their families, which were remaining of the families of the Levites, were by the lot 12 cities. All the cities of the Levites within the possession of the children of Israel were 48 cities with their suburbs.
Right. So thus far, the Most High letting us know of the different cities of refuge within the territories of the 12 tribes, where anyone accidentally or inadvertently committed a slaying, a killing, then they could speak to the city and explain to the elders of the city what happened, and they would be, protected from any vengeance. And the most sides of the tell us that the various tribes had to give cities and suburbs to the Levites because the Levites didn't have any land of their own. But they were given cities and suburbs from the respective tribes that they would possess. And the moment, verse 41 says, all the cities of the Levites within the possession of the children of Israel were 48 cities with their suburbs. 48 cities. 48 cities with their suburbs. Read on.
Verse 42. These cities were every one with their suburbs round about them. Thus were all these cities. And the Lord gave unto Israel all the land which he sware to give unto their fathers, and they possessed it and dwelt therein. And the Lord gave them rest round about, according to all that he sware unto their fathers. And there stood not a man of all their enemies before them. And the Most High delivered all their enemies into their hand. There fell not out of any good thing which the Lord had spoken unto the house of Israel. All came to pass.
Right, so the Most High delivered all the land that he promised to the Israelites. A promise which started back with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and again reiterated to Moses and Joshua. And the Most High kept all his promises that he made to the Israelites. Chapter 22.
Chapter 22. Then Joshua called the Reubenites and the Gadites and the half tribe of Manasseh and said unto them, Yea, have kept all that Moses, the servant of the Most High, commanded you, and have obeyed my voice in all that I commanded you. Yea, have not left your brethren these many days unto this day, but have kept the charge of the commandment of the Most High your power. And now the Lord gave your God, and now the Most High gave your God have.
Most High, read again.
And now the Most High your God have given rest unto your brethren, as he promised them. Therefore now return, yea, and get you unto your tents, and unto the land of your possession, which Moses, the servant of the Most High, gave you on the other side of Jordan.
Right. So Joshua was acknowledging that Gad, Reuben, and the half tribe of Manasseh kept their word. Because they had promised Joshua that, hey, we're not going to be with a family. We're gonna get our arms. You're going to join the army. You're going to be right there in the battlefield, in the front line, fighting alongside the valiant men of Israel. And when all the land has been subdued, and been captured and possessed, then we'll go back to the territory on the east side of Jordan. And then, so Joshua was acknowledging that did he keep the word that he gave to Moses, that he gave to Joshua. So Joshua saying, it's all good. Now you can go back to your land. Read.
Verse 5. But take diligent heed to do the commandments and the law, which Moses, the servant of the Most High, charged you.
Right. So Joshua was reminded here. You have kept your word so far, but take heed that you keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High going forward. Because them being on the other side of River Jordan, communication interaction wasn't as much. I mean, as among the tribes on the west side of Jordan, because there was no hindrance due to the river and all that. Because you know what, how much trouble you have to go through to cross over that River Jordan. So Joshua was reminding them to keep the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. Read.
To love the Lord your God, and to walk in all his ways, to keep his commandments, and to cleave unto him, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul. So Joshua blessed them and sent them away, and they went unto their tents. Verse 7. Now to the one half tribe of Manasseh Moses had given possession in Bashan, but unto the other half tribe thereof gave Joshua among their brethren unto this side of Jordan westward. And when Joshua sent them away, also their tents, then he blessed them. And he spake unto them, saying, return with much riches unto your tents, and with very much cattle, with silver and with gold, with brass, and with iron, and with very much raiment. Divide the spoil of your enemies with your brethren.
Right. So Manasseh, half of Manasseh get land on the east, and half got land on the west. And you got a lot of spoils that goes on, you know. We got a lot of spoils from the enemies that we slaughtered, whose land we took. Because in most cases that we, even though we slew them and utterly destroyed them, at least to some extent, we got the spoils, the gold, the silver, the brass, the copper, the iron, the cattle, the cows, the sheep, the goats, and all that. Read.
Verse 9. And the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and the half tribe of Manasseh returned and departed from the children of Israel out of Shiloh, which is the land of Canaan, to go unto the country of Gilead, to the land of their possession, whereof they were possessed, according to the word of the Lord by the hand of Moses. And when they came out unto the borders of Jordan, they are in the land of Canaan. The children of Reuben and the children of Gad and the half tribe of Manasseh built there an altar by Jordan, a great altar to see, a great altar to see to. Verse 11. And the children of Israel heard say, behold, the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and the half tribe of Manasseh have built an altar over against the land of Canaan, in the borders of Jordan, at the passage of the children of Israel. And when the children of Israel heard of it, the whole congregation of the children of Israel gathered themselves together at Shiloh to go up to war against them.
Yeah. Now Gad, Reuben, and the half tribe of Manasseh built an altar into River Jordan. Well, now, and the information that went back to Joshua and the Israelites on the western border of Jordan, and it was mad at. Let's see what happened if they built an altar to make sacrifice to the Most High, or if they built an altar sacrifice to idols. Because based on the reaction that initially that Joshua and the other tribes had, they thought they were building an altar to make sacrifice onto some idols or something. Now let's see if that's the case. Verse 13.
Verse 13. And the children of Israel sent unto the children of Reuben and to the children of Gad and to the half tribe of Manasseh and to the land of Gilead, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar the priest, and with him 10 princes of each chief house of prince throughout all the tribe of Israel. And each one was an head of the house of their fathers among the thousands of Israel. And when they came into the children of Reuben and to the children of Gad and into the half tribe of Manasseh unto the land of Gilead, and they spake with them, saying,
right. So Joshua sent Phinehas. Phinehas, later on when we read about Phinehas, we're going to see that the zeal that was on, that was on Phinehas. This is level before the deeds that Phinehas did that we were aware of. But you can see from right there that there was a man of zeal as a young man coming up in Israel. And Joshua sent 10 other princes of renown with Phinehas to confront or to make inquiry of Gad, Reuben, and the half tribe of Manasseh as to why they built an altar on the other side of the river Jordan. Read.
And they spake with them, saying, Thus saith the whole congregation of the Lord, what trespass is this that ye have committed against the Most High of Israel, to turn away this day from following the Most High, and that ye have builded you an altar, that ye might rebel this day against the Most High? Is the iniquity of Peor too little for us, from which we are not cleansed until this day, although there was a plague in the congregation of the Lord? But that ye must turn away this day from following the Lord.
So Phineas is asking, what is this trespass that you have trespassed against the Most High, that you have committed against the Most High to build this altar, to rebel against the Most High and Israelite? Is iniquity of pure too little for you? Or have you forgotten now the trespass you committed and how the Most High judged us and slaughtered the men of our people for our transgression? Read. Verse 18.
But that ye must turn away this day from following the Most High, and it will be seen ye rebel today against the Lord, that tomorrow he will be wroth with thee, with the whole congregation of Israel.
Right. So Phineas is saying, because of what you did, the Most High is going to be wroth. His anger is going to come up against the whole nation of Israel, not just you who committed trespass, because we are our brother's keeper. So if you see our brother transgressing, when we become aware of it, it's our responsibility and duty to confront it and to inquire as to why. What's the meaning of your transgression? Because if your transgression you committed, it's not just being retributed to you. It's also coming to us. It's also going to be upon us, rest of the nation. So once you see someone transgressing, it's our duty to check them in their transgression. Right?
Notwithstanding, if the land of your possession be unclean, then pass ye over unto the land of the possession of the Most High, wherein the Lord's tabernacles dwelleth, and take possession among us, but rebel not against the Lord. Nor
read 19 again.
Notwithstanding, if the land of your possession be unclean, then pass ye over unto the land of the possessions of the Lord, wherein the Lord's tabernacle dwelleth, and take possession among us, but rebel not against the Most High, nor rebel against us, building you an altar beside the altar of the Lord your power.
In building you an altar beside the altar of the Most High your power. So Phineas was saying, if it seems that the land on the east side of the river Jordan is unclean, or there may be some kind of spirit on that land, I mean, you need to forsake that land and come and dwell on the western side of the river Jordan amongst our brethren, because and forsake that altar you built, and don't rebel against the Most High and against us by building this altar other than the altar where the Most High are ordained that the Levites built on behalf of the whole nation. Read.
Did not Achan, the son of Zerah, commit the trespass in the accused thing, and wrath fell on all the congregation of Israel?
Right. So you were reminded, did not Achan, the son of Zerah, commit a trespass in the accursed thing, and wrath fell on all the congregation of Israel? Yeah. if one man committed a trespass, it's not just going to be him and his family who's going to feel the wrath of the Most High. It's going to be the whole congregation, the whole nation. Read.
And that man perish not alone in his iniquity. Then the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and the half tribe of Manasseh answered and said unto the heads of the thousands of Israel, the Lord gods of gods, the Lord gods of gods, he knoweth, and Israel he shall know. If it be in rebellion, or if in transgression against the Most High, save us not this day, that we have built us an altar to turn from following the Lord, or if to offer thereon burnt offerings or meat offerings, or if to offer peace offerings thereon, let the Lord himself require it.
Right. So no, Manasseh is responding because they jumped to the conclusion that Manasseh, Gad, and Reuben were going off. That's why he made this temple, because we want to rebel against the Most High, we want to rebel against us. So now they're saying, if we have built an altar to the Most High, the power of all powers, to rebel against him. Now let the Most High judge. Or do we build this altar to offer sacrifices to the other nations? Or do we build this altar to make offerings, meat offerings, burnt offerings, and all that unto the Most High, peace offerings unto the Most High? Read.
And if we have not rather done it for fear of this thing, saying, in time to come, your children might speak unto our children, saying, what have ye to do with the Lord God of Israel? For the Lord hath made Jordan and border between us and you, ye children of Reuben and children of Gad. Ye have no part in the Lord. So shall your children make our children cease from fearing the Lord.
See that now? This is a lack of communication. This is a lack of communication now, because if they had felt that way from the beginning, then they should have made that known to the Levites, to Joshua and the elders of Israel, that we concerned that in future generation, the River Jordan, because of the depth of the River Jordan now, the barrier that creates, the border creates between us and the western portion of the land, we may get alienated from the land of Israel, and our children may have this mindset that the Most High separated them from the rest of Israel. I mean, if that's what you had thought from the beginning, why did you want? Why did you ask for the land? You were the ones who asked for the land, and I mean, and if you had some reservation as to how you were going to be perceived by your own offspring later on in later generation, then you should have communicated that to the elders and see how they would address it, and see if they would have encouraged a more presence in the eastern side of River Jordan, where those three tribes were dwelling. Read on.
Verse 26. Therefore we said, let us now prepare to build us an altar, not for burnt offerings nor sacrifices, but that it may be a witness between us and you and our congregation after us, that we might do the service of the Most High before him with our burnt offerings and with our sacrifices and with our peace offerings, that your children may not say to our children in the time to come, ye have no part with the Most High.
Right. So they said, you know what? we're gonna replicate everything in the east side of River Jordan that's on the west side. So your children, the children on the western portion of River Jordan can make a mockery or disrespect the children on the east side of River Jordan, saying that you guys have no lot, no part with the rest of us. You're alienated from the Most High, from the Commonwealth of Israel. Read.
Verse 28. Therefore said we, that it shall be when they should so say to us or to our generations in time to come, that we may say again, behold, the pattern of the altar of the Lord, which our fathers made, not for burnt offerings nor for sacrifices, but it is a witness between us and you. Most High forbid that we should rebel against the Lord and turn this day from following the Lord, but build an altar for burnt offerings, for meat offerings, or for sacrifices beside the altar of the Lord, our power, that is before his tabernacle. Verse 30. When Phinehas the priest and the princes of the congregation and heads of the thousands of Israel, which were with him, heard the words that the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and the children of Manasseh spake, pleased them. And Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the priest, said unto the children of Reuben and to the children of Gad and to the children of Manasseh, this day perceive that the Lord is among us, because ye have not committed this trespass against the Most High. Now ye have delivered the children of Israel out of the hand of the Lord. And Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the priest, and the princes returned from the children of Reuben and from the children of Gad out of the land of Gilead unto the land of Canaan, to the children of Israel, and brought them word again. And the thing pleased the children of Israel, and the children of Israel blessed the Most High, and did not intend to go up against them in battle, to destroy the land wherein the children of Reuben and Gad dwelt. And the children of Reuben and the children of Gad called the altar Ed, for it shall be a witness between us that the Lord is God.
Right. So they explained to Phinehas that we're not building this altar to make sacrifices unto idols. We're building this altar to make sacrifices unto the Most High. Okay, and that pleased Phinehas. That you realize, okay, all right, we made a rush to judgment, rush to the wrong conclusion as to what your true intentions were. You realize that what you're not going to you're not trying to trespass or commit in iniquity against the Most High. So Phinehas took the information back to the elders of Israel and to please them. So they realize that hey, they're not trying to go off. They're just trying to associate themselves with Israel, so that the offspring of the children from the west side of River Jordan would not make a mockery or look down on the offspring of the children on the east side of River Jordan. Read chapter 23.
Chapter 23. And it came to pass a long time after the Lord had given rest unto Israel from all their enemies round about, that Joshua waxed old and stricken in age. And Joshua called for all Israel, for their elders, and for their heads, and for their judges, and for the officers, and said unto them, I am old and stricken in age, and ye have seen all that the Most High your power hath done unto all these nations because of you. And the Most High your power is he that hath fought for you. Behold, I have divided unto you by lot these nations that remain, to be an inheritance for your tribes. From Jordan with all these nations have nations that I have cut off, even unto the great sea westward. And the Most High your power he shall expel them from before you, and drive them from out of your sight, and ye shall possess their land, as the Most High your power have promised unto you.
Right, so George, by this time, Israel was well situated in the land, and Joshua getting old now, so he called the elders of all the 12 tribes together to let them know. You're going to give them strength, so to speak. Give them courage to go forward. Let them know, I'm not going to be with you forever. I'm an old man now. I'm up there now. The Most High has given us rest. He's driven out all the nations that was round about you, whose land you now possess. And the Most High has given you rest. Read on.
Verse 6. Be ye therefore very courageous to keep and to do all that is written in the book of the law of Moses, that ye turn not aside therefrom to the right hand or to the left, that ye come not among these nations, these that remain among you, neither make mention of the name of their gods, nor cause to swear by them, neither serve them, nor bow yourselves unto them, but cleave unto the Most High your power, as ye have done unto this day.
Right, John said, be careful, be courageous going forward, and be careful not to go to the left or to the right of the Most High's commandment, but keep obeying the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments, and don't be, incited, don't be seduced by these nations that's run about you. Read.
Verse 9. For the Lord hath driven out from before you great nations and strong. But as for you, no man hath been able to stand before you unto this day. One man of you shall chase 1,000. For the Lord your power, it is that fighteth for you, as he promised you. Take good heed, therefore, unto yourselves, that ye love the Most High your power. Else, if ye do in any wise go back and cleave unto the remnant of these nations, even these that remain among you, and shall make marriages with them, and go in unto them, and they to you. Know for a certainty that the Lord your power will no more drive out any of these nations from before you, but they shall be snares and traps unto you, and scourges in your sides, and thorns in your eyes, until ye perish from off this good land which the Lord your power hath given you. And behold, this day I am going the way of all the earth, and ye know in all your hearts and in all your souls that not one thing hath failed of all the good things which the Lord your power spake concerning you. All are come to pass unto you, and not one thing hath failed thereof.
Right, so Joshua was around them. Whatever you do, be careful not to make it in marriages with these heathens run about you. Don't serve their gods. Give your sons to their daughters, and give your daughters to your sons. But if you do that, your spirit is going to jump all over you, and the Most High is not going to be with you anymore. Read.
Verse 15. Therefore it shall come to pass that as all good things are come upon you, which the Lord your power promised you, so shall the Lord bring upon you all evil things, until he have destroyed you from off this good land which the Lord your power hath given you.
Right. The Most High kept all his promises. Whatever the Most High promised your forefathers and to you, all those are kept. But all the blessings that the Most High had blessed you with thus far, if you were to turn your back and the Most High start following the ways of the other nations, all those blessings can be easily reversed and become curses. So be mindful not to follow the ways of the nations. Read.
Verse 16. When ye have transgressed the covenant of the Lord your God, which he commanded you, and have gone and served other gods, and bowed yourselves to them, then shall the anger of the Most High be kindled against you, and ye shall perish quickly from off the good land which he hath given unto you.
Right. So that's what's going to happen to you if you transgress against the Most High and not keep the covenant that you made, that our fathers made with him. His anger shall be kindled against you, and you should soon be perished from off the land. Okay, then the final chapter of Joshua, chapter 24.
Chapter 24. And Joshua gathered all the tribes of Israel to Shechem, and called for the elders of Israel, and for their heads, and for their judges, and for their officers. And they presented themselves before the Most High. And Joshua said unto all the people, Thus saith the Most Salakia, verse 2. And Joshua said unto all the people of Israel, Thus saith the Most High,
Power of Israel.
the power of Israel. Your fathers dwelt on the other side of the flood in old time, even Terah, the father of Abraham, and the father of Nachor, and they served other gods.
Right. So Joshua was taking them that far back. He says, your fathers dwelt on the other side of the flood in old time, even Terah, the father of Abraham, and the father of Nachor, and they served other gods. Because Abraham's Terah, and a lot of people, righteousness didn't really come to Israel on a consistent basis until Abraham. Understand? Before that, even Abraham's father, Terah, he was serving the gods of the other nations. Because they dwelt, remember, they dwelt in the land of Ur, among the Chaldeans, the ancient Babylonians. So, they were caught up into paganism also. But Abraham that's when the Most High, started being with Abraham, because Abraham had a different spirit, a spirit of righteousness upon him. Right?
And I took your father Abraham from the other side of the flood, and led him throughout all the land of Canaan, and multiplied his seed, and gave him Isaac. And I gave unto Isaac Jacob and Esau, and I gave unto Esau Mount Seir to possess it. But Jacob and his children went down into Egypt. I sent Moses also Aaron, and I plagued Egypt according to that which I did among them. And afterward I brought you out. And I brought your fathers out of Egypt, and ye came unto the sea. And the Egyptians pursued after your fathers with chariots and horsemen unto the Red Sea. And when they cried unto the Lord, he put darkness between you and the Egyptians, and brought the sea upon them, and covered them. And your eyes have seen what I have done in Egypt. And ye dwelt in the wilderness a long season. Thank you. Verse 8. And I brought you in the land of Amorites, which dwelt on the other side of Jordan, and they fought with you, and I gave them into your hand, that ye might possess their land, and I destroyed them before you. Then Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab, arose and warred against Israel, and sent and called Balaam, the son of Beor, to curse you. But I would not hearken unto Balaam. Therefore he blessed you still. So I delivered you out of his hand. And ye went over Jordan, and came unto Jericho. And the men of Jericho fought against you, the Amorites and the Perizzites and the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Girgashites and Hivites and Jebusites, and I delivered them into your hands. And I sent a hornet before you, which drave them out from before you, even the 2 kings of the Amorites, but not with the sword, nor with thy bow.
Right. So Joshua was telling them what all of the Mosai said, and how the Mosai others delivered from Egypt, or the Mosai had the Egyptians pursuing after us, and then drowned all the Egyptians in the Red Sea and delivered us through the Red Sea from the bondage in Egypt. All the different nations came against us, and all the Canaanites, the Amorites, Hittites, Girgashites, and all those great nations that were organized and more populous than we were, and more numerous than we were, but the Most High delivered them into our hands in a way, not with that sword, nor with that bow, because it wasn't our military strength through which we captured those nations, but what the will of the Most High. The Most High keeping His word and promises that He gave, and He made it over for fathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that He would give us a land that those Amorites and those other nations possessed previously. Verse 13.
And I have given you a land for which ye did not labor, and cities which ye built not, and ye dwelt in them, of the vineyards and olive yards which ye planted not, do ye eat. Now therefore fear the Most High, and serve Him in sincerity and in truth, and put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve ye the Most High.
Right, so Joshua said, put away the gods that our fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, because our people are so stiff-headed and rebellious, because that even after the storm, for the Most High destroyed the earth with the flood, I knew that the Most High destroyed the earth with the flood because of our transgressions and idol worship. Our forefathers, He said, on the other side of the flood, meaning what? After the flood. That's what it's talking about. It's talking about time-wise, chronologically. On the other side of the flood, meaning even after the flood, even after what they saw, that's how hard-headed and stiff-necked and rebellious our people were. They saw the consequences of our disobedience and transgression, but they did it anyway. They went and worshiped God, the gods, because that's the spirit that's in our people. We're always looking for a sign that the Most High is real, that the Most High is with us. Always looking for a sign, man. That's why our attention span is so short. Our memory is so short that we have to be constantly be reminded of what the Most High did for our people. Because even back then, Joshua didn't have to be telling them this. It wasn't that long ago. It wasn't like 100 years or 200 years, something like that. And all those things should have been fresh in their memory. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 1:22.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians 1:22. That's why when Moses sent Moses to the Israelites in Egypt, Moses actually asked them, what do I tell these people? What sign do I show them that you are the Most High and that you sent me?
1 and 22.
Read.
1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 22. For the Jews require a sign.
For the Jews require a sign.
and the Greek seek after wisdom.
They see that you gotta see something fresh. You gotta something tangible, something that they can immediately relate to, something that resonate with their consciousness right away.
Yeah, what have you done for me lately, Spirit?
Yeah, what have you done for me lately? You know what I mean? What ancient history doesn't matter. That was my forefathers. Oh, what do you do for me now? You know what I mean? Plus, they have been alienated from the Commonwealth of Israel, heritage-wise, not realizing that all those things really pertain to them, pertain to us. Now we should search out the ways of our forefathers and understand it. What the Most High did for us back then, He's going to do for us again. All those things that were done for our forefathers, and all those things that can be done for the ones who are obedient to the Most High when Mashiach returns. Read it again.
1 Corinthians 1:22. For the Jews require a sign, and the Greeks seek after wisdom.
Right. For the Jews require a sign, and the Greeks seek after wisdom. That's why that's why they like when Mashiach, Yahushua was on the earth, walking the earth. The ones are the Jews, the Pharisees and Sadducees and Essenes. The ones who believe in Yahushua were the ones who say, just like give me a John chapter 3 with Nicodemus. He said, you gotta be from the Most High. For the miracles and the works you're performing, you gotta be a man of the Most High. Because those are the signs that the Jews saw, that Israelites saw to know that, hey, this man gotta be the most High, because nobody else is doing these things. See that?
Yeah, you say chapter 3.
Yeah. Hold on, let me get it.
Start verse 1.
Yeah, start from verse 1.
John chapter 3. There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus.
There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus. You know, the Pharisees were the ones were Jews. Understand? They were the main contenders against the Mashiach Yahushua. The ones who gave the Mashiach Yahushua the strongest opposition, the strongest resistance. Read.
A ruler of the Jews.
Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. So he was a leader amongst the Pharisees. Who were the leader of the Jews in the land of that time. Read.
The same came unto Yahushua by night.
The same came unto Yahushua by night. Now, why did he come unto Yahushua by night? Why did he go to Yahushua the day? Yeah, he went to Yahushua on the low. He didn't want to know anything. Because, of course, if his fellow Pharisees and Jewish leaders recognized that, hey, this man really believed in Yahushua, they would have checked him and he probably would have lost his seat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, his seat was more important to him than the seat in the kingdom. Your seat amongst men was more important to him than the seat in the kingdom. Right?
The same came to Yahushua by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher come from the Most High.
He said, we. Why did he say we? He wasn't referring to himself because there were other men like him amongst the Pharisees. Maybe a little clique or so who knew that the Mashiach Yahushua was indeed the Messiah and that he did come from the Most High. But they didn't want to make that to be known amongst the other leaders because they would have got a contention and they would have been looking down on them like, hey, you guys are going on, you're traitors or something. So, you have to be skeptical of you. Probably move you up to your seat or something. And he didn't want that. He said, we? No, really?
For no man can do these miracles that thou doest except the Most High be with him.
Right, but no man can do these miracles that thou doest except the Most High be with him. Those were the signs that the Jews always looking for. The signs were the ones that things are. You could explain to them till the ocean comes, and it's hard for them to perceive or to acknowledge the truth. But you show them a sign, just like with Aaron had to be showing his rod and all that, going up against the power, going up against the magicians of Pharaoh. The Hebrews, that they have to see a sign. The Jews had to see a sign to be convinced in their mind. Is there more on that?
Gone.
Yeah, go on.
Yahweh answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High. Nicodemus said unto him, How can a man be born when he is old?
Okay, I'll go back to the.
Okay.
I just want to get the sign. What about the sign?
All right. I'm going to go back to 14.
Gone.
14. Now therefore fear the Most High, and serve him in sincerity and in truth, and put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve ye the Most High. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites, in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve Yahweh.
Right. Joshua, you let him know. You got to make a choice. You got to make a choice what you're going to do. Are you going to serve the gods of the other nations, like our forefathers did? Or are you going to serve the Most High? Are you going to serve the other gods of the Amorites and the other nations run about you? Or are you going to serve the Most High? Joshua let them know, I don't know about you. You may seem like our big things it's hard for you to do, but I told me in my house, we're going to serve the Most High. Read.
And the people answered and said, Most High forbid that we shall forsake the Lord to serve other gods. For the Lord our power, he it is that brought us up from our fathers out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage, and which did those great signs in our sight.
Yeah, see that? And which did those great signs in our sight. That's a sign they were looking for. To convince them that the Most High power of Israel is the holy power. Read.
And preserve us in all the way wherein we went, and among all the people through whom we passed. And the Lord drave out from before us all the people, even the Amorites which dwelt in the land. Therefore will we also serve Yahweh, for he is our power.
So they were saying all the good things, all the right things. Reminded Joshua, yeah, we know what's up. We know we're aware for the Most High delivered out the Amorites and the other nations and drove them out from the land that we know possess. We know how the Most High delivered us from the bondage we were in under the Egyptians. We know all that. God, the Most High forbid that we would have served the gods, so-called powers of the other nations. When it's very, very fresh in our memory, and we are very, very much aware of what the Most High did for us and how he delivered us from the Egyptians. Read.
And Joshua said unto the people, Ye cannot serve the Most High, for he is an holy power. He is a jealous power. He will not forgive your transgressions nor your sins.
Joshua let them know. And Joshua said unto the people, Ye cannot serve the Most High. It's a strong statement. Ye cannot serve the Most High, for he is an holy power. He is a jealous power. He will not forgive your transgressions nor your sins. Joshua knew the mindset that they were in, or they were minded some of them were. The way some of you are acting right now, you can't be serious. Now you can't serve the Most High that way. The Most High is the jealous power. He's not going to share his power. He's not going to share his power with another nation. That's why the scripture says you cannot serve man and man. You can't, you can't be, double dipping, half stepping, and all that. You can't pretend to serve the Most High when, if you can't even celebrate Christmas, Halloween coming up, New Year's, celebrate Kwanzaa. You can't see you serve the Most High when you do all those things. Because right there, you try to share your obedience, your faith with the Most High and the idols of the world. You cannot serve the Most High if you do all that. Joshua said. Read 19 again.
Verse 19.
Because Joshua said that after they told Joshua all that they knew that the Most High did, and all the signs that they saw with their own eyes, or even heard of what the Most High did. Joshua said what in 19?
19. And Joshua said unto the people, ye cannot serve the Most High.
Ye cannot serve the Most High. The way you're acting, you can't serve the Most High. That's not serving the Most High. You can't have a statue of the gods of your forefathers that they have upon some idols that they learned among from the other nations, and say you're serving the Most High. You can't even do that if you go to Lent. If you go to Easter church, and anything that pertains to any other religion outside of what the Most High gave us with the laws, statutes, and commandments. You're not serving the Most High when you do all those things. Right?
For he is in holy power. He is a jealous power.
He's a jealous power. He doesn't share power. Right?
He will not forgive your transgressions nor your sins. If ye forsake the Most High and serve strange gods, then he will turn and do you hurt and consume you. After that, he hath done you good.
Right, because Joshua, one of the only two from Egypt who made it through the wilderness into the promised land. He saw all the plagues that the Most High plagued Egypt with throughout those 40 years for our transgressions and disobedience. So it was reminding them, the way you acting, the way I see some of you carrying yourselves, the things some of you say, you cannot serve the Most High that way. If you want to have a statue of an image of an idol in your house, you're not serving the Most High. And the Most High is going to hold you accountable for that. He will not forgive you for that. Read.
21. And the people said unto Joshua, nay, but we will serve the Most High.
Okay, I just said, whatever Joshua said. I thought it's a matter, yeah. The way you're acting, all right, if you say so, I guess we're going to see. You can tell me anything, but hey, you tell me what you think I want to hear. It's not about me. I'm an old man now. I'm going to the ways of the world, like Joshua just said. Okay, now it's about you. So don't just tell me what you think I want to hear. You have to mean it in your heart. Otherwise, it's going to be to your detriment. Read on verse 22.
And Joshua said unto the people, ye are witnesses against yourselves that ye have chosen the Most High to serve him.
Right. So Joshua said, you are your own witnesses. All you heard what he said. So when you see him do something else, if you don't check it, it's like you're condoning it. It's like you're endorsing the wickedness, the transgression. Because you're your own witnesses. Read.
And they said, we are witnesses. Therefore, put away, said he, that the strange gods which are among you, and incline your heart unto the Most High God of Israel.
Right, because Joshua saw what happened when Moses had gone up into the Mount Sinai for 40 days and 40 nights. And the Israelites had Aaron made those golden calves. after they said to Aaron, as for that Moses, you didn't know what happened to him. And the Most High, we never seen him. I never saw when the gods in Egypt. So no Joshua, I said no Aaron, make us something that we can see, that we can worship. And I'm sure this generation of Israelites heard about that, but yet still they see that the idols in their possession. And Joshua knew it, and Joshua let them know. No, therefore put away, said he, the strange gods which are among you, and incline your heart unto the Most High power of Israel. Read.
And the people said unto Joshua, the Most High our power will we serve, and his voice will we obey. So Joshua made a covenant with the people that day, and set them a statute and an ordinance in Shechem. And Joshua wrote these words in the book of the law of the Most High, and took a great stone and set it up under an oak that was by the sanctuary of the Lord. And Joshua said unto all the people, behold, this stone shall be a witness unto us, for it hath heard all the words of the Lord which he hath spoken unto us. It shall be therefore a witness unto you, lest ye deny your God. So Joshua let the people depart, every man unto his inheritance. And it came to pass after these things that Joshua the son of Nun, the servant of the Lord, died, being 110 years old.
Right, so that's how old Joshua was. 110 years old. 110 years old, okay. Read.
Verse 30. And they buried him in the border of his inheritance in Timnath Serah.
Okay.
Timnath Serah,
yeah.
Which is in the Mount Ephraim, on the north side of the hill of Gaash. And Israel served the Lord all the days of Joshua, and all the days of the elders that overlived Joshua, and which had known all the works of the Lord that had done for Israel. And the bones of Joseph, which the children of Israel brought up out of Egypt, buried they in Shechem, in a parcel of ground which Jacob brought of the sons of Hamor, the fathers of Shechem, for 100 pieces of silver. And it became the inheritance of the children of Joseph. And Eleazar the son of Aaron died, and they buried him in a hill that pertained to Phinehas his son, which was given him in Mount Ephraim.
Right. So that's it. Joshua died at 110 years old. And the Israelites obeyed Joshua all the days of Joshua's life after he came out of Egypt. And they obeyed the Most High all the days of the elders who lived during the time of Joshua. Okay, and that includes also Eleazar, the father of Phinehas, which Eleazar was also buried in the same land of Ephraim, a parcel of land that was given to Phinehas. So that includes the book of Joshua and a chronicle of some of the events that Joshua did and how he led Israel after succeeding the leadership from Moses after Moses died. So the Most High willing, next week we'll go into the book of Judges. Let me see how many books. Book of Judges. Okay. 21 chapters. Okay. Starting next week, the Most High willing. Okay, so I guess brothers can get ready for camp. Shamash Kawashai. So, Shamash Kawashai to everyone listening to the live stream, YouTube live, Facebook live. Okay. Most I will tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern time. We're gonna have the Sabbath service. We're located right down there in Fort Lauderdale, 2937 West Broadway Boulevard. Shamash Kawashai. Am I the Wapanya, Yerushalayim? Stand and face Jerusalem.
You want to do something?
Sorry?
You want to do something?
Psalm 110:1. Anya, Aya, Ayandam Ya, Al, Ahariam, Ma'ayan, Nabawa'a, Isaiah, Nabawa'a, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Arataza, La'a, Yanathan, Namawat, Ragalia, Yala'a, Yawam, Shamaria, Ana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yashan, Yashawamar, Yasharala, Yahawa, Shamaria, Yahawa, Zalia, Yad, Yam Yawamam, Ashaman, Ashamash, La'a, Hakaya, Waya Da, La'a, Balayala, Yahawa, Ashamaria, Akal, Rai, Yashamar, Napashia, Yahawa, Yashamar, Aralakia, Wabawaaya, Ma'aitha, Wa'ai, Awalam, Ba'asham, Yahawashai, Aman.
This is the book of Psalms, 121. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Most High, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper, and the Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Most High shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Most High shall preserve thy going out and coming in, from this time forth, even forevermore. By Hashem, the Mashiach, Yahushai, the water from Yah, Amen.
Amen.
All right, good Most High.